has had a lag trying to set up. Well, that means our internet's doing some. It had trouble connecting. It says the internet's okay. It wasn't the regular OBS doing weird things. It had trouble connecting to the internet thing. So, if the stream suddenly stops unintended, our internet may have gone out. I don't know. We do have a storm happening out there, so internet may be iffy. Where is Task Manager? There is Task Manager. Don't have Task Manager up. Should always have Task Manager up. Especially with Witcher 3. Yeah, I can see the games already ran. I can see it's not loading down. There it goes. New version ready to install. Okay, I changed the reshape, but wow, it's doing something weird here. I may change the reshape back. Because it's doing weird things here. It didn't do weird things when I put it on. No, it is. Maybe it didn't load it right before, and it is now. I don't know. We'll find out. Reshades do weird things to the not cutscenes, load screens sometimes. We try out every reshade. I have all of them. Plus I have a bunch I made. But we have every reshade on Nexus. And when I say every reshade on Nexus, I mean every reshade on Nexus from every single game on Nexus, not just Witcher 3. Yeah, that is doing something. Plus Avallac'h lost his head, but this is definitely doing something. Which is weird because it didn't look like this when I put it on. I put it on and I loaded up the game. And it didn't look like this before. So I wonder if it didn't load something last time or if it didn't load something this time. Which reshade has been known to do. Let's find one that I know works. That one. Okay. Now, let's get Avallac'h's head back.
Exquisite iron, but what did I do to deserve it? Have I given you cause to doubt my intentions?
Okay, this one's really dark. But I think we're okay with that. Also, look how much rain there is. The rain is very, very heavy right now. Fatigue, that's right. We came over here to meditate. And then I was like, let's end the game because I was very tired. That was a short stream, wasn't it? Wasn't it like an hour? That's 89%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Let's go to sunset. Since sunset's close. And I like sunsets in this game and in real life. I think this reshade might have a high yellow in it, based on how much yellow we got at everything. Alright. Do we have a sandstorm happening? We have a sandstorm happening. Sandstorms are not a thing in the vanilla game. That's a mod I made. And it doesn't always work properly. It doesn't work the way I want it to. We have a experimental weather mod on here right now. That very heavy rain that we just had also isn't in the vanilla game. This is that area where there are lots of flowers. We're going to be stuck here.
Nearby. Listen.
I can tell. Because this is that area where there's lots of flowers. And we're kind of a long ways from anything. The closest thing to us is the herbalist and the... what's that place called? The Temerian hideout. Doesn't it have a name, though? You know, this storm is kind of doing something weird with the visuals. So I want to meditate out of it. So we're going to go all the way around back to where we are time-wise. You can only meditate a maximum of 23 hours. You can't meditate 24 hours. It won't let you. Did that get us out of that sandstorm? It looks like it did. Yeah, that one doesn't work properly, and it messes up the visual effects of the game. It makes it very hard to see. Which is what a sandstorm would do. So, realistically, it's working. It's not working the way I want it to. So, I'll have to go back in and fix it. Not sure what I did to make it not work the way I want it to. Very, very experimental because I had no clue how to change the weather, and I just did a whole bunch of randomness to see what happens if I do this and what happens if I do that, and it was just all guesswork. So I have no clue what I did to make it do anything. That wasn't enough. Do you... wait. You're not carrying it with you now. It's on your horse. That's right, because it was too heavy. What are these? Those do hunger and thirst. That one just does thirst. I can see flowers all the way down. We're going to pick them all. Since we started picking them. We have the fish tank all set up. We have to wait for it to heat, which takes hours. Could take a couple of days, fish tank this size. So the whole thing right now, there's no blankets on my bed. They're all wrapped over and around the fish tank. It's gotta hold the heat in until it gets hot enough.
If you wish to do something, brew your substance. Do it now.
We got the heater from the old tank on it. It needs a bigger heater. Got one coming, it just didn't get here yet. Right now the tank is at 67 degrees. We need to get it up to 82 degrees. Which is a very high temperature for water. That water is noticeably hot when you put your hand in it. You know that is hot water when you touch it. Not a lot of fish use water that hot. The temperature it is now is where you would have for most fish. Which is another reason you can't have a lot of fish with those catfish. You have to make sure whatever fish you put in the tank is big enough to not fit in their mouth.
This is Ted.
Because they feed like a basking whale, they just swim back and forth.
World destroyed by
Their mouth open. Anything that fits in is going to get eaten. So you can't have anything smaller than their mouth in the tank. That takes a lot of fish. Right off the list of fish you can have in there with them. And then after that, you have to match fish that can tolerate temperatures that high.
They approach.
And not many can. Have we ever picked every flower in this field that is now a desert because we turned it into a desert? I did this because it looked like Maine.
This?
Maine looks like this.
No. It's a tattoo.
We've got a weird... It's cold and snows all the time, but it's also very dry and windy at the same time, and arid. Grass doesn't grow good around here, and everything is just all sand. We got these huge forests with giant pine trees, and the ground is all sand. It looks like beach sand or desert sand everywhere you go. Maine has a desert. Desert of Maine. Look it up. There's tons of pictures of it. It looks just like this. Massive miles of desert sand with trees growing in it. When we put the desert mod on originally, I originally set it up the way you're supposed to, and it takes out all the trees, all the water, all the shrubbery, all the pickable plants. It just leaves the rocks. The rocks are the only thing that get left behind. Even the logs and everything get all removed. And we had it like that for a while. But then I was like, we can't pick our plants. If we know where the plants are, we can walk up to the plants and pick them. but they're invisible. They're not there. You also end up running into the trees. It makes things invisible. So they're still there, but now they're invisible. So when you come up, like if you came up on this log, you would walk up over it like he just did. But with the desert mod on, you wouldn't see it, so it'd be like you just hovered in the air. The desert mod is not highly usable in normal gameplay. It's more for if you want to take screenshots, that's what people do with it generally.
Do I'll bite back.
But I went to put the flowers back on so we could go back to picking them. And then it looked weird with just the flowers. Just random flowers in the middle of a desert. So I started tweaking it and going back and forth, putting on different types of plants back into the game and taking them back out. And I finally got it looking like this, where some stuff is there, but it's sparsely there. And I didn't intend to keep playing the game like this. It's been, what? It's been well over a year. Because we did this around March 2019, I think. So we're coming up on almost 2 years that we've had this desert look that wasn't full desert. I never intended to keep using the desert mod at all. It's KNG's Deserts of November. We used it to take screenshots in a desert. That was what we put it on for originally, and I planned to use it for a couple of days, and after I got it looking like this, I just never took it back off because I liked what this looked like. Where I live, this is what it looks like. It's because we're in like a not quite a tundra area, but almost. We're just below the tundra zone. We are very, very far north. So we got the big trees that you see below the tundra zone, but we also got the lack of vegetation like you see in the tundra zone. It's where... Is it a boreal? Is it the boreal region that's below the tundra region? I can never remember what those are. It's where they overlap just before it becomes tundra. It's 14 below zero right now. In case you're wondering what the temperature was out here. Technically right now it is too cold to snow, but we got high winds happening. And if it warms up a little bit more, we'll start having a blizzard with the weather the way it is right now. The only reason it's not snowing right now is because it is too cold to snow right now. So that tells you how cold it is right now. That's why so few people live up here. There was one guy a few weeks ago. He sent me a message. I don't know from where. But he went on and on and on. It was bizarre. He sent me an email which indicated he couldn't contact me through where he had found, which is what a lot of people do if they find me on Twitch and they're like, everything's off, chat's off, whispers are off. Hello, you coming up? I can reach your tail. That's all I can reach. Yeah, chat's off and whispers are off. They try to find alternate ways to contact me. Which is weird. People who have something good to say don't go out of their way to try to contact me. People who are enraged and hate-filled and just... they go to such extremes to find my contact information somewhere else. So all of a sudden, I will get these wild, crazy messages coming in from this location, and I'm like, what does anything you're saying have to do with anything over here? Obviously, you came from somewhere else, probably Twitch. But he was all worked up. You mountain people up there in the mountains, you're all crazy. And I was like, we are. Yes, us mountain people up here in the mountains, we are all crazy. But I don't know what he was referencing because he contacted me through an email that was not connected to anything. I have like 40 or 50 email addresses. I have different email addresses for different places. I don't know what he was referencing. I still haven't figured it out. I'm like, what did he read? What is he responding to? I don't know. But he was going on and on and on about Maine and how we're all just hillbillies and we're worse than what did he call them?
Dead.
The Appalachian crazies from the Ozarks, something like that. I can't. He went nuts. They're like, who is this? Why are you contacting me? What is all this stuff you say? What triggered you to say this? I have no clue. No clue. Not a lot of people live up here. You kind of have a specific personality type if you live this far north. Basically, everybody that lives in this type of an area hates everybody else, keeps to themselves, has no contact with people because we're all hermits. That's why we live up here. That's pretty much it. The way it is.
Do you wish to show me how Eredin murdered our king?
I think it's funny when I see people complaining about ads on Twitch. And they don't realize it goes... they don't understand the algorithm for ads. And then people will blame it on Google AdSense. And they're like, all these Twitch people just going after Google hates Twitch. That's why there's no... People who do not understand how Google works don't understand why you can't get traffic on Twitch. Google has blacklisted Twitch. Google doesn't put ads on Twitch. Google search results aren't going to send you to Twitch. So people don't get traffic to their streams. So many people complain about both. The fact that they get these ads constantly and they'll get the same ad over and over and over again. Well, there's no huge database for ads because, yeah, it's not Google AdSense. And there's audio over there? And there's also... there's no traffic going to Twitch because Google has Twitch blacklisted. Everybody's constantly complaining that Twitch needs to do something better for discovery. Better search. Well, within Twitch,
Alright.
kind of, yeah, but that ain't gonna do any good.
For a spot where I can build a
There just are not enough viewer accounts. There are 1,200,000 viewer accounts. There are 9 million streamer accounts. More than half of the 1,200,000 viewer accounts are bots. There are only 750,000 actual human viewers on Twitch, to be spread across 9 million streamers. That's why you can't find a lot of viewers on Twitch. I mean, that's the reason. I've had so many people who have looked at what I've done with other websites, my ability to just monetize everything, and they're like, why aren't you doing it with Twitch? And have you looked at Twitch's algorithms? Really open up the Twitch website and look at how it's coded. I have. It's outdated coding. They are still using the Justin TV coding. They have not changed it, which is largely DOS based. So yeah, that says something. Who on the internet uses DOS anymore? Nobody. I mean, it hasn't been used since the 90s. That was used in the days of throwing dancing bananas at people. I mean, how long has it been since anybody does that? I still do that on my websites, and people are like, you know the 90s ended, right? They're like, yeah. Still got dancing bananas on all my websites. It's generally how you can tell I built a website. People have contacted me like that too. They're like, I found this website. It has bananas all over. Is this your website?
Appearances can be deceiving.
As a general rule, if a website has bananas dancing around somewhere, it's probably a site I built. Not always easy to find those either, because I code them in as Easter eggs on a lot of sites. So you need to know how to look for them to even find them in some cases. But on other sites, I just put bananas everywhere. So, you scared? There's a bandit camping near here. What are you scared of? Kills are scared or something?
At last.
You're running down towards what is probably bandits. Alright. But Twitch has a problem. It's called, when Twitch became Twitch, the word Twitch means twerk, and all these gamers on Twitch who are, I'm a gamer too, but all these gamers on Twitch who are like, Twitch was made for gamers. Yeah, about that. And they bitch and moan about, look at all the cam girls. Yeah, they were here first. They really were. People don't know the history of Twitch. It's bizarre that people are of the opinion Twitch started out as a gaming site, because Twitch didn't introduce the gaming category until 5 years after they were around. I've been streaming games on camgirl sites for 17 years. Because there didn't used to be an option, and Twitch was one of the many camgirl sites that I streamed on, because they didn't have a gaming category. People don't think of that. It became very popular for gamers to stream on Twitch, so gaming became popular, but Twitch was not started as a gaming site. It's never been a gaming site. It's still not a gaming site. And even today, people go, oh, well, it's a gaming site. We need to chase the cam girls out. There are only 2 million game streams on Twitch. More than half of them aren't active. More than half of the 2 million game stream channels haven't streamed in 4 years. There are 7 million cam girls on Twitch. You might want to look at Twitch's actual statistics before you call it a gaming site. Also look at its history. And hey, look at the name Twitch, what it means, why they call it Twitch. Hannah Montana. What's her name? Miley Cyrus. Twitch was in the middle of a lawsuit with the NFL. They were Justin TV still back then. It was a sports streaming site for streaming college cable sports free. It was a piracy site. That's what it was. It was a BitTorrent site. The NFL sued them. Huge, massive lawsuit. They went bankrupt. Bankruptcy court allowed them to keep the website, but forced them to change the name. They couldn't be Justin TV anymore. And they also were no longer allowed to stream sports. They had, at that time, a huge amount of girls coming in. This is when the cam girls first started coming in to Justin TV. They were all booty short dancers, pole dancers, twerkers. Miley Cyrus had just made twerking a thing that was very popular. So all of a sudden you had 900,000, just under 1 million, booty short streams, and that's all they were. Girls shaking their ass on camera, nothing else. Full screen, ass bouncing around on the camera. 900,000 of them. So they decided, since we can't be Justin TV anymore, let's call it Twitch, which was a type of twerk dancing that was popular at the time. It was a camgirl site specifically for twerk dancing. That's why it's named Twitch. And these stupid ass gamers that come in and they're like, oh, it's a gaming site, we gotta chase the girls out. Girls exist, leave them alone. Or they're not bothering you. They get bad because, well, all these girls are getting all these views. Yeah, well, of course they are. So what? Leave them alone. They're not bothering you.
Avallac'h is right. If I do nothing, humans, elves, all.
There's a protest going on right now. There's one of the really big YouTubers that doesn't use Twitch, but makes a lot of Twitch videos. He makes all these videos on how to use Twitch, how to get traffic on Twitch, how to do this on Twitch, how to do that on Twitch, and he doesn't even use Twitch. It's so stupid. But he gets a lot of views on YouTube, and everybody listens to it, and they're like, oh, well, he must know what he's talking about. He doesn't even have a Twitch account. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He gets so much stuff wrong, it's insane. But he made a video, what, about a month ago? Called it the Thought Apocalypse, which is, what the hell? Never heard that word before. To look it up. Basically, he's calling all the females on Twitch thoughts, which apparently is another word for slut. I don't know. I never heard of it before. It's the first time I ever heard this word. And I looked it up to try to figure out what is he saying, and I'm still not entirely sure what he's saying. I found lots of different definitions, and apparently a slang word for slut is what it seems to be. But anyways, he made this video about how gamers need to gather together and just chase the girl streamers off of Twitch because they're turning Twitch into a cam site, and Twitch was started for gamers. It's a gaming site for gamers, and girls shouldn't be on Twitch. And he just had this big rant, and it's always been a problem where male gamers will pick on any female, whether they're a gamer or not. That's been a problem on Twitch right along, ever since gaming had been a thing on Twitch. But this video this guy made, he's got a lot of people worked up right now. So there's a movement happening right now where just huge amounts of male gamers are posting mostly on Twitter, but in other places you're seeing it on Facebook and Reddit and Tumblr as well. They're just all out trying to get every female streamer off of Twitch. And it's so stupid. When you look at what a lot of them are saying, you can see what the problem is. They're just jealous. They're jealous that the titty streamers and Just Chatting are getting more views than they are with games. But game streams have never gotten a lot of views. 1 or 2 streamers will get a lot of views, but most don't. That's just the way it is. They need to accept it. %92 of streamers just this month, January 2021, 92%, you go and you check Twitch's stats, 92% of the streamers who have been streaming on Twitch this month have had 0 views. 92% of all streamers on Twitch who have streamed this month had 0 views. If you're getting 3 viewers, you're in the top 7% of Twitch for the most viewed person. Think about that. It's crazy.
As many as it takes.
If you get 100 viewers, you are in the top 1%. If you have 1,000 viewers, you are in the top 0.14003%. And it all goes back to the fact that Google has blacklisted Twitch, so nobody is finding streamers on Twitch by searching Google. If you search for a specific name, username, that will come up. But if you just do a general, I want to find streamers for whatever game, Twitch is not going to come up in the search results. YouTube will. Why? Google owns YouTube. If you want to find streamers on Twitch, you need to use Bing or DuckDuckGo. That's the only way you're going to find them. And most people don't use Bing or DuckDuckGo. Bing is the second largest search engine after Google, and fewer than 3% who search the internet for anything use Bing. DuckDuckGo is way down lower. You're gonna have better chances of finding streamers if you use DuckDuckGo, but so few people use that search engine. And all these people are blaming Twitch, and then within Twitch blaming the Just Chatting girl streamers who are cam girls. I've seen people, there is this huge argument going on. I just saw it on Twitter. There's this huge argument going on where these people are arguing over the definition of a cam girl and whether or not the girls on Twitch are cam girls. And some people are like, no, cam girls are like the ones you see on Pornhub who are all nude. No, that's not the definition of a cam girl. The definition of a cam girl is a girl who sits there and talks to the camera. Most cam girl sites have no nudity. And if you've ever been on a cam girl site, you would know that. But it's obvious that a lot of these people who they only know Pornhub, they don't know that there are 14,000 cam girl streaming sites, and that only around 70 of them actually allow nudity. That's a lot of cam girl sites that don't allow nudity. It's just a case of people think they know what a word means and they don't actually know what a word means, so they spout off talking about what they think something is without using a dictionary. Dictionaries would solve so many problems with so many arguments that you see on the internet. And there was one guy came in on the conversation. He had this response. He said, "Did you know I just found out 43% of Pornhub is game streamers?" Yeah, 43% of Pornhub is game streamers with no nudity at all. If you want to stream games like Sakura, is that how you say it? I'm possibly saying it wrong. The Sakura series, Sakura Angels, Sakura Center, Sakura Beach, or Honey Pop. You want to stream games like that, Pornhub's your only option. Those games are banned from Twitch and YouTube both. You can't stream those games. You used to be able to stream them on YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow them anymore. They've since been banned. You've never been able to stream them on Twitch. But anybody who wants to stream those type of games, they stream them on Pornhub. A lot of people don't realize that Pornhub actually has one of the largest game streaming communities on the internet. Pornhub has 13 million game streamers. Twitch has only 2 million game streamers. That says a lot right there. The Pornhub streaming community is a lot bigger than the Twitch streaming community. Game streaming. I don't know. I just think the whole argument's stupid. It's just a bunch of men feeling threatened by, oh look, there's a boobs over there. So what? Get over it. We actually stopped on mushrooms and I didn't see it. How did we do that? What are you doing? You coming out?
Of course, few know of these gateways. Even fewer can locate.
Yes, that is a new fish tank. Are you scared of it? What are you doing? Are you coming up here to hide? Come on. Rascal's here. Oh, my. He just went over to check out the fish tank and then jumped out of his skin and ran back over here to hide.
I was foolish
I don't know
to
what
leave
that
the
is.
house. They're sure to have caught my scent.
Yes. You know, those fish in that tank are going to be bigger than you someday. Those fish will eventually be twice the size of Rascal. They're about half the size of him right now. They'll be 36 inches when they're full grown. You interrupted where I was going, Rask. Now I don't know which direction I was going in because the mouse moved us. Alright. My channel is in the top 2% most viewed channel on Twitch, which surprised me because I don't get a lot of viewers. That's when I first started researching I never paid attention to the numbers on Twitch, and then Twitch keeps this database where you can see, it's this big list, and you can see who the top streamers are and everything, and who gets the most traffic and stuff. And I was like, how am I one of the top streamers? I get hardly any views at all. So I started researching. I didn't realize until I started just going through all these, it updates every day. So it tells you on a day by day who the top streamers are today. Who got the most views today? Who got the most views this week? Who got the most views this month? Who got the most views this year? And I've been in the top 2% since 2016. And I consistently am. And I was like, how is this possible? I've only got 300 followers. Most streams, 3 to 7 viewers is the most I get at once. A lot of streams just stay hovering at 0. If I send an announcement out telling people, yeah, I'm getting ready to stream, which I almost never do, then you'll see I'll get 120, 300 people here all at the same time. But I have to, before I set up the stream, log into Facebook and go to the Facebook group where I send out that announcement and make an announcement and send it out. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't feel like it. I just want to stream. I'm not overly concerned with view counts, so I just don't bother to send the announcement out. So, a few times a month I'll have a huge amount of people here all at the same time, but that don't happen very often. Usually it's between 3 to 7 people. The stream average, what do they call it? What's it called? The channel average in the analytics page. The thing that keeps track of where path to affiliate and path to partner and all that stuff, and it tells you your average viewer is here and this is what it needs to be to get to the next level. My average viewer on that is 7.2. So it stays pretty much consistently 7.2 all the time. That's pretty low. But that also puts me in the top 2%. That's when I realized, are there that many people who actually have less viewers than I do? And I started researching it. I was like, wow, there really are. And I just looked at what it said this month so far. 92% of all the streamers on Twitch this month have had 0 viewers. Nobody watching their stream at all. And that's just the ones who have streamed. It only counts the ones who have streamed this month. It doesn't count the ones who didn't log in and didn't stream. That's insane. But that kind of expected. Oh, we saw the same thing happen with Squidoo. When Google blacklisted Squidoo and Panda went in, Panda did this whole thing that messed up Squidoo's algorithm. People don't realize what Google does. If you don't know what Google does to a website when they blacklist it, they actually attach a bot to the website. Look up Panda, Penguin, Phantom, Pigeon, Hummingbird, Fred, and Medic. Look those up. Find out what they do to a website. That is why Twitch streamers don't get viewers. Twitch got hit by Panda, and it got hit by Panda hard. There was a block on the Twitch website that was put there by Panda, which makes it almost completely impossible to get any type of traffic to the Twitch website at all, because Google simply will not allow it.
Too much of a coward to race a woman.
That's actually why there's a lawsuit right now with Google. People are like, look at what they're doing. The thing is, a lot of people for some reason didn't know Google was doing that. Google killed so many websites. Squidoo was one of the largest websites on the internet. It was bigger than Reddit. Reddit is the largest website on the internet. Squidoo was at one point bigger than Reddit.
Help us both.
They died so fast as soon as Panda hit them. Yeah, you look at that time period, a lot of sites did. Or look what happened to fanfiction.net. They used to be one of the largest websites as well. They never get search traffic to fanfiction.net anymore. Panda got them as well. Squidoo got hit by Hummingbird after it got hit by Panda. That's the worst thing that can happen to a website. You get hit by Hummingbird, your site is not going to survive. Since Hummingbird was invented, every website that has been hit by it has gone bankrupt. Right now, Twitch hasn't been attacked by Hummingbird. Only Panda, Penguin, Medic, and Fred. Pigeon has hit Twitch also.
I'd even call it a secret.
That was recent. Pigeon hit Twitch this summer. That means Hummingbird's next. Hummingbird is always the next bot that Google sends after they send Pigeon. That's why you hear so many people saying if you want traffic, you want viewers, you have to bring them with you from elsewhere. Twitter, Facebook, somewhere, you have to bring them with you. Because you just don't show up in the search results. For Google.
Of course, few know of these gateways. Even
Takes
fewer
3 years to lift a panda blacklist, too. I'm not sure why Panda has blacklisted Twitch. I just know when you open up the code for the website, it's there. Google has attached a Panda block to Twitch's website.
I give you my heart. What kind of spell is that?
When they do it, it's not something they do unannounced. Whoever owns the website, Google sends them an email and tells them, here's a list of all the TOS terms of service violations that your website has broken. You have 30 days to fix these. We will send Panda through again in 30 days.
repeated.
They've not been fixed. You get added to the blacklist. So Twitch would have been given a warning that it happened, and they ignored it. It annoys me when you see all these people who clearly don't know anything about how websites are made or how Google works. And they start accusing Twitch, saying, well, Twitch's algorithm's all to blame. Twitch is the reason I don't have viewers. And it's like,
Lara Doran,
no. Twitch has nothing to do with it. It's Google. Anybody who knows how to open up a website and look at the code can see it's right there. Google put a Panda block on Twitch. I don't know why though.
Thank you for coming with me.
We lost our horse somewhere. I don't know where we left our horse. We started following these flowers and we got away from our horse. We'd left the horse back near where Gels was scared, right? So it must be back near the bandits. But I don't know which direction that was. I turned around so many times. I don't know which direction I'm facing now.
On a small isle between Undvik and Spookerrock.
The bandits are at the bottom of the hill, so they must be that way, right? We must have left our horse that way because the hill goes up that way. We should change direction. Try and make our way back to where our horse may be. So, I don't know where our horse may be, so who knows? We could just follow all the picked plants back, but then we'd miss picking other plants. We have our rabbits with us, that's right. They were multiplying too fast and I took them off.
No, I want to listen.
I see dead things over there. Do I see dead things? I see dead things. Alright. Travel companions haven't run off to kill anything. Is it dead things that have been here a while? Ah, I can see the herbalist hut. I think our horse was not far from there. Wolves. Dead wolves? Why are there dead wolves? Does one wolf pack fight with another wolf pack and kill each other? I think our horse is like this direction, but there's flowers to sidetrack to.
Why not?
It's gonna take hours for the tank to heat up fully. That's a lot of water. These are already picked. We've been here. This is where the bandits are, or were. So our horse should be nearby somewhere, right? Unless it despawned. We should probably check. If it despawned, we're looking for it and it's not even here. Where did I get off the horse? That's Hans's campsite. I remember seeing Hans's campsite, which would put our horse somewhere in this area, right?
Treated your body like a side of pork.
The thing about Gil saying that is Siri didn't care. Which she kind of admits in the game when she says, I remember.
I am not your foe. I am merely here to serve.
And then starts yelling at Gils. Okay, that's where we started out. Raphael just went by. I can see the place where we started out. We got on our horse and we came down here. So we should be able to see the horse from this point. And I'm not seeing it at all. I can't remember where exactly I got off of it. But that monolith is where we started.
In that case, let's go.
I'm hearing. Oh, well, we're almost overburdened. Our horse is very close by. Right there? Turn around. Right there. Okay, it must be just enough through the trees that we can't see it. So I was right, we did leave it near the bandit camp. Just in an area where we cannot see it.
It was created so the mountain elves could summon the vessels of the NL.
Still can't see
Now
it.
it merely serves as a symbol of a lost opportunity to unite the two tribes.
There you are. You are in the trees. Wow, we had to get really close to you before we could see you. How many times have we walked by you and not see you? Since we're getting overburdened, are we getting overburdened from just picking flowers? Have we picked that many flowers? He was 100 pounds below being overburdened last time I checked, which was... It was when I switched out the drinks. Which was right at the start. We were still at the monolith when I did that. Why can't you? There you go. We can do it on the other side.
Mists. It's not. She's not safe. The hunt.
No. Pick flowers, not attack them. Keep forgetting that's the same button as the picking flowers button. If you're just a little bit away from the flower you're trying to pick, he attacks instead. I'm still not used to the new Tomes mod yet. The controls are all different. They changed the controls on it, which
So I must believe you put equal effort into
I think they kind of are easier than the way they used to be. It's just I'm not used to them yet. I hadn't decided yet. Do I like the old controls or the new controls better? Because I haven't had enough practice with it to get used to the new controls yet. Okay, wow, was that noticeable here? I changed the, how do you say it, tessellation? Is that the right pronunciation of that word? I changed the game's tessellation. I just did that. I just did it a few minutes before I started the game. So this is the first time we've actually seen a place where we can see it having a big effect.
Yes. He didn't wish to kill him. Humiliation. That's what he was after.
What did I change it to?
Refused to succumb in that fight.
I think in the vanilla game it's 8 and I changed it to 64.
Rex.
Is that what I did? I can't remember. I did it, what, half hour ago, an hour ago? I just did it. I forget what it was. But yeah, it's definitely noticeable here. The rows here, it makes all the cracks and crevices in things like the ground and walls and bricks and rocks deeper. And it's a lot noticeable that these ridges are very much deeper here. You don't notice it as much on stuff like clothing and vegetation. You can see it quite well right there on his cape, though. Wow, look at the weave pattern on his cape. We can see all the individual threads on his cape now. That's the tessellation that's causing that. And the rope, yeah, you can see the tessellation on the rope as well. It's made the ridges on the rope much more defined. And on that rope, on the torch. I forgot I did it. How did I forget I did it? I forgot I did it until we came across this. It was like, wow, are these ridges deep? They're not usually that deep. I just figured out how to do it. I saw a post on Nexus. Somebody was talking about they had changed the tessellation of the game, and I was like, can you do that? I didn't know you could do that. How'd they do it? So I looked at the... Yeah, you can see it on the tree bark as well. And on the boards. Yeah, you can see it on the boards as well. Wow, you can see it on the... No, stop. I'm trying to look at that. Stop climbing on it. He's trying to climb it up. I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, you can see it on these like decayed boards. You can see the ridges, the cracks in them are deeper. I just noticed it on her turban as well. Stop walking. I want to see your turban again. It won't let me zoom in on it. The cloth on her turban. Yeah, you can see the weave on it now. Much better.
I shall activate the sunstone.
Okay.
If Caranthea answers the call, the
Well, we're seeing that it worked anyways. Yeah, I found this thing. This guy was talking about on Nexus, forum post on Nexus, and he's talking about how he changed the tessellation in the game to make the graphics look a lot different as they do. It changes the game quite a lot, which I wasn't paying attention to because I was just not paying attention. Now that I've noticed it and see it, yeah, it has changed quite a lot. He had a chart. He was showing all the different. Here's the vanilla tessellation. The vanilla tessellation's 4. That's right. He was showing. Here's the vanilla tessellation. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. And he said, and here's change to 8. And then here's change to. Did he double it? It was 16. And then 32, and then 64. Is that how he did it? He had different pictures, and he was showing the difference of what the game looked like with different tessellation settings. And I was like, I had no idea you could edit these. Where are these settings in the game? I want to edit them. And so I was reading his whole instructions, how he did it and stuff, and then I went and tried it out. And it started the stream and completely forgot I did it. He just did it a few minutes ago. Oh, you can see it on Gil's cape. Look at Gil's cape.
You clearly know there are many other worlds apart from the one where we now stand.
I don't know, can you go past 62? What the difference is? He was talking about how in his experiments that 48 was the one that worked best, and he said that's what he was using. And I think we are now overburdened because the camera is zoomed right in on you.
Discussing questions of the
You
magic.
overburdened? Oh, yeah, you're overburdened. Alright. We're going to come sell you stuff because we're now overburdened. So.
Let me have a look.
Does that other question go away if you click on it, or is it just stay there? You know what? I don't know. I was like, did we click on it or not? Sort items by weight. We have 30 pounds of lemon verbena. We need the verbena for something, though, don't we? We probably have enough in our stash, though. But we're also playing as Avallac'h, so we're not going to sell it. You ran out of money. Do you have anything we want to buy to give you more money? No? Yeah, we can buy these. There, gave you more money. But now we can't sell you anymore. Wow, that took us down 100 pounds. We just sold him 100 pounds of flower petals. And that's where it was before. I had commented that it was 1 under. We had it at 319 and 418 before. All right. Well,
So long.
we need to find more merchants, I guess. There's a blacksmith nearby. We can go over there. Where did we leave our horse? There we left our horse. Are you going to be open this time of the day? if you're not.
No, simply sensibly use my power. Just
We
as
can
Eric
meditate. We
senses
probably
power.
should meditate anyways. He needs to. Alright, let's go back into the herbalist hut. This... That's a pretty big hut. I wonder about the definition they use for some of the words. Oh, you can see it on the stone wall. Look at the stone wall. Would you call this a hut? That's a pretty big hut. That is a big house.
Craves the pleasures of the flesh.
I mean, that's not just a big house for the game. That's a big house just for a house in real life.
I'm certain he'd not let this opportunity pass, and we'll be on Bull Mountain.
That's not a hut. Why is this called a hut? This is not a hut. This is a big house. I wasn't clicking on you.
So long.
We just automatically clicked on you. No. Go to in here. You need to meditate. You need to get a drink. Then you need to meditate. There we go. Okay. 70 means 5 hours? Is that what we figured out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to figure out what is... It's not exactly even. I was doing it where it says 70% meditate in 7 hours, but it will... Okay, 5 hours is almost gonna give you full health. Get another drink. I think it's like... What? How would... I can't do math in my head. If I do math on paper, I'm okay. I can't get it in my head. Just... I need to see it written down. It's like 15% for every hour? No, that's completely backwards, right? Why do I have such a hard time doing math in my head? I don't know. If I write it down on paper, I'm fine. I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. Trying to do it in my head, no. Which is frustrating. I have both the Redanian mods on. Okay, I can see the Scout Bro mod is working. But I don't know if the other mod is working. There's two mods that change the Redanian guards. One changes what they look like, and the other changes how they act. And so they didn't used to conflict. They conflicted, but it was really easy to merge because they were both edited in the same file, but they weren't edited in the same chunks in the file. So you could just merge the chunks from each one together and it worked. But now the Scout Bro mod has been edited, updated, and the new version of it does edit the same chunks that the other one edits. And so it was a lot. I put the updated, they've both been updated. I put the updated version of each one on. Look at the wood grain on your table. Wow, we've changed wood grain. That's a side effect of the tessellation change.
Greetings again. So, you got a job for me? An interesting one?
We should probably see if we can dismantle stuff, shouldn't
Show me
we?
what you have in stock.
Do we need more of those? I don't think we do. We do need these. Okay. We're saving the jewelry for the guy in Heddle, right? Yes, we want to save the jewelry for the guy in Heddle. How long have we been carrying Diamond Iridium and I didn't notice? Alright, go to dismantle. I want to dismantle you. What do you make? Ooh. Both of these need to be dismantled. You? Yes. We're doing that thing that we do where we dismantle all these things so that we can then sell them all back to him, because we make more money that way. Even though we already have 142 million crowns and we don't need more money. I just have a goal of see it. How high can we get this before it stops? Is there a point where it will ever stop adding more? So. Oh, I forgot I had the mod that changes what you guys look like. That's how we got all that water. I forgot about that. Should we dismantle these instead of selling them? Yeah, I'm gonna dismantle these. I forgot I'd been selling these. I forgot we were dismantling them and then selling the parts because we make so much more doing that. And possibly the only way we're going to get rid of those is to dismantle them. Just because I've got a mod that's conflicting with them. It won't let us sell them because it's putting the prices on them way too high. Rachel's out. Well, this just gave us 100 pearls. Voidinoid mutagen. We just disassembled the Voidinoid part, and I wasn't even paying attention to why I disassembled. I was looking over here instead of over there. It? How much do these weigh? Each one is about 2 pounds. We just gave you 94,000 doing that. And this, yeah. See, he's not even going to be able to buy one of them, even with that much money. It's going to take a lot of money to assemble you, but I'm going to just disassemble you. We make the money back so fast, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah? What are you doing? Coming up? You want up downstairs? Yeah? You can come over here. Come on. I can't reach you. Now, and your money defaults back. Okay. That's that mod that I was asking about before. Does it do that? We just found out it does that. I knew we took that mod off for a reason. That is probably why I took it off. But that's it. It don't matter. We make the money back so fast. We just gave him what, 113,000? Is that what it said? I didn't see what the number was before I clicked it. So we ended up losing quite a lot of money there. We had 142 million we're down to 141 million. We gave him over 1 million coins. That's what we did. But we also got a lot of weight down doing it. I see Rachel back in her cave. I don't see where Raphael. I don't think he's in his cave, it don't look like. Raphael has got 3 caves that he has claimed as his. Rachel's got 1 cave that she just dominates and won't let him near it. There's 5 caves in there. I can sell this guy everything here except for the jewelry because we get so much more for the jewelry in Hedo. Hi Rask, you back? We have one we didn't dismantle? Wait a minute. How did I miss that one? There you are. And it refilled your money. Okay, that shouldn't have done that. I can't remember which mod is causing that. I remember when we remerged the mods. I remember that one I had merged differently for some reason. And I couldn't remember why. And so I just merged it normally. Okay, I think those are things, if we sell them, we can't get them back. These are all ones we already have, so these are the extras that we can sell. Is that it? You just ran out of money, almost. Is something you pay 5 for? Pay 3 for that. We have something else you pay 2 for. I'm paying pretty high prices. Sell that. Sell that. There we go. Now we got all your money.
So long.
Do I see some stuff not loading properly? Aren't there supposed to be like a box or a barrel or something right there? And I think the only mod that would be changing those is the HD graphics mod.
Oh, I remember you. What'll it be?
Mind if I have a look?
I think we might have just found another error in the HD graphics mod. We don't have any meat. I think we do in our stash still, don't we? Yes, we do. I thought we did. Usually by now we've collected a lot more meat. I guess. Yeah, because we don't have the random encounters mod on. So we haven't been... Yeah? Right here, okay. We haven't been collecting up a lot of just dead things. Are we sorting by weight? 500 pounds. Wow. Well, that got the weight down on our horse.
So long.
Our horse is overburdened. We're trying to get the horse to not be overburdened. Normally your horse doesn't get overburdened, but I've got a mod that adds weight limits to the horse. What are you doing? Actually, normally you can't store stuff on your horse. I have a mod that adds storing ability to the horse. Okay, these guys aren't here yet. The other guys were there because they live in their houses. So, we're gonna sing? Oh. You trying to tack into my shawl? You are, aren't you? You know, you're sitting on my hand and I'm playing the game with. Okay. We've almost gone completely back in the circle. We don't want to go back in the circle. I always get lost looking for this other guy. I don't know why. For some reason, this road always confuses me when we take the wrong turn here. Are you not here yet? Is it too early for you? You're not here yet either? Okay. Yeah. And these guys don't show up until, is it 9 or 10? I don't remember. Oh, we're at the bridge. Okay. So where is the next merchant from here? There's a merchant on the other side of the bridge. I'm trying to remember. Where was he? He's not always there. You have to do something to cause him to show up. Is it an abandoned site? We have loot here. We have a lot of loot here. As we have loot to pick up. You can sit here and sing? Okay. Rascal's decided he's going to sit here and sing now. Why is that horse on the edge there? Is Novigrad that old? He just said, we don't need a pass. We are from Novigrad 8 generations or more.
I see I've touched a tender spot.
A generation is generally considered to be around 75 years. So, close to 800 years is what he's talking about. Is Novigrad that old? That would put Novigrad having been built having been built late in the 1000s. How would you say that as a year? It doesn't look that old. Not by game logic. What Novigrad looks like doesn't match up with what that guy just said. Rascal's in his spot. He hasn't come over and sat on me while we were streaming in a while, has he? We can see a farther distance now than we used to be able to too, can't we? Yeah, we can see the windmills over there. I was wondering, what windmill is that I can see? I don't know what windmill I can see. We can see a windmill over there. Okay, I want to know what windmill that is. Wait a minute. Stop. Karsten. Okay. So we can see Karsten from here. That's the Karsten windmill. That's a long ways. That's a thing they say if you walk into them or they walk into you, but nobody walked into us. Do they say it when they walk into other characters as well? We can see a catapult over there as well, which I don't remember being able to see a catapult that far away before. Have we not been on the Oxenford Bridge since I made the 8,000 power mod? Because that's the mod that would be causing this. I can't remember when was the last time we've been on this bridge in comparison to when I made that mod, which is still bugged out. It's not working properly.
Oh, what's this then?
It has been a while since we've been on this bridge.
What you stepping on me for?
They said it again and they didn't run into us. They acted like they ran into us, but they didn't. We have picked up all the loot in this grid of the bridge. The tessellation change makes the quilting on that look a lot more like actual quilting. Every time we come through here, we loot another grid section. It's going to take forever to finally loot all of this. Then when we get it all done, we kill all the guards all over again and we have to do it again. I can't remember. Is he down there? Or down there? Or is there one on each side? And that's why I can't remember. And he doesn't show up on the map, does he? Let's see. Okay, there's a merchant over here. He's like there, right? And then there's another one in one of the huts, but I don't remember which hut. Hi, Rask. Yes, that has cheese in it. Possibly there. And there. Are you stealing stuff out of my dish? You dropped half of it. Yeah. So we know there's one, there's two, I think, that way. The one I'm thinking of, I think, is this way, but it's further away. But we'll just go around to both. Doesn't matter. If we stay on this road, we should see him, I think. I see Neckers ahead. You didn't need it all. There's more there. Look, look, look. No, hey, right there. Now you've made a mess of cheese on the mouse pad.
Dead. Because of me.
Oh, we can sell the mutagens, right? I forgot we weren't selling the mutagens in the other playthrough save file that we had the other day because we didn't have all the spells unlocked. But this is where that funny bug is, isn't it? It's like back there a little bit, I think. Somewhere there's a tree root. It is the most ridiculous bug in the game. If you walk on that tree root, you just die. You step on it, it's just boom, instant death. It's bugged out, and for some reason it thinks you're fallen. So it acts like you just fell off a cliff. And yes, this is the merchant I was thinking of. Okay, so he is here, but is he here? Yes, you're here. I just couldn't see you. It's so dark. Alright, so we can sell stuff to another merchant.
Buying or just perusing?
So, I have macaroni and cheese all over the mouse pad. How did you do this? He mashed it into the mouse pad. He chewed it up and spit it out and then mashed it in with his paw and then ate it again. He left a mess on the mouse pad.
Show me what you've got.
Is that Rachel? That's Rachel zipping through. You have diamond things. Oh yeah. Okay. So where did we get all that armor? I forgot. We just looted the bridge. Okay. How much you pay for jewelry? Oh, well, you're low for jewelry. We have heavy armor though. Quick sort. Yeah, these are 18 pounds each. Get rid of these. He's not paying hardly anything for these. I can see how little he's paid for these, but we just added so much weight so fast here. Which is what we always do. We needed to get our horse under being overburdened, but then we looted enough to almost have overburdened. That's 100, right? Yeah, you don't have that. So get these down to. Do you buy food? No. Oh, that was Ice Giant here. We probably shouldn't have sold that. That's really rare. Wait a minute. Buy that one back. Which gave you a lot of money. Well, I guess we can buy more stuff. Because We accidentally sold him something we didn't want to sell. It's almost impossible to get that item, which I could respawn it back in, but you get that from the ice giant boss fight. Think we probably don't have anything cheap enough. Oh, we do. Okay. So we got all your money.
So long.
I don't think there are any more merchants that way, right? Somewhere there's a house. Hi, Rask. You back? I'm thinking it might be this one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see, he only shows up on the map when you're beside him. And there's another one like that. This is what that area where, okay, grabbers. Does that, did you just have a weird special effect on your sword? I don't know if her sword glitched out or if she had some type of special effect happen there. Yeah, there's... Ow. Got hurt. Why did her sword do that? This is that area though where these puddles are. In the vanilla game, this is like shoulder deep grass. This very deep, tall grass here, and it's full of like these little puddles,
I think you will not
and
attack
you
one
can't
unarmed.
see them under the grass. So you can see them here because there's no grass. One of them, though, is a lot deeper than the others, and it's deep enough that you fall into it, and you're like right up to your shoulders, and then you can't get back out. So many people have gotten stuck in that thing. A quest will send you here. There's a quest that sends you here. So anybody who's doing the side quests ends up over here. I think it's a bilgehag.
Body like a silent
And it
hawk.
sends you after a bilgehag that's over here. Since it's just drowners and not the bilgehag, we probably already did the quest. Like the Bilchag only shows up during the quest, and it's just drowners the rest of the time. And this one over there. It's one of the more frustrating bugs in the game because you can't get out of that hole. If you fall in that hole, you're stuck. You can't jump out of it. You can't climb out of it. You're just stuck. And you have to reload the game. I figured out a way to get Avallac'h out of it one day. When we were trying to get out of it, we'd fallen into it. Because we always do. I think we've fallen in it every playthrough. Even though I know it's there and I know to avoid it, and then I'll not be paying attention. We fall in it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was here. I knew that was here. I shouldn't have fallen in it, but there I am in it again. Even though I knew it was there. One of the last times we fell in it, we were trying to jump out and trying to jump out and trying to jump out. And I was like, this is so annoying, I don't want to restart the game. And it accidentally clicked Siri to hug Siri. And all of a sudden, we're standing outside of it. I was like, oh. Hugging Siri! Pulled him up out of the puddle. I was like, did not expect that. There's several places in the game where you encounter that same puddle. It's an error in that the way the terrain is, and they use that same terrain file, that same mesh file. They use it in almost every swampy area that has that tall swamp grass and then those little puddles. So there's always a little puddle. It's just deeper and narrower than the others, and you can't jump out of it. Somebody made a bug fix mod for it that it doesn't fix the bug. It just makes it so you can jump if you're in some place like that. But it changes the jump mechanic in the game quite a lot.
So I must believe you've put equal effort into preparing this.
Okay. Was there any reason you didn't hand that in here? She used with your senses to look and see. Was there actually anything in here to do? Doesn't look like it. Can we get back out? Are we going to be able to get back out now that we're in here? Or is this one of those things where we're now stuck in here because...
Meaning what exactly? That I ought to be looking about for giant jars holding us.
He's stuck. He's attempting to climb out. Just... There we go. Okay, you're back up.
You've gone through a great deal of trouble to reach me.
So where are we and what's in this area? There isn't much in this part of the map. Once you get into this part of the world, there's a lot of not much. There's a couple of abandoned villages. Abandoned sites. And I think we've already done all of those in this area. And this isn't, yeah, we were at that building up there. This is a different building. This one we just walked through. Alright. Let's find our horse. Where'd our horse go? Let's not walk into these puddles that I was just talking about. With the grass here, you can't see it, but there's no grass here, you can see that these are here under the grass, so you can avoid them better. Didn't leave you over here, did we?
You should see the truth.
I would not have gotten off my horse in this juniper. Why is our horse over here eating the juniper? You can eat juniper. I think parts of it are poisonous, though, aren't they? There used to be a merchant here that came back and forth through here. And, one of the times we were doing this fighting thing with all the guards and stuff, and we accidentally killed him. We know because we looted his body. We found his loot. We ended up with this huge amount of loot from the dead merchant. And have we not looted this area since level 400? We did the 400 reset here. We haven't looted this area since the level 400 reset. Wow. We don't have to do that anymore. I finally figured out how to get it to not break the game every time we hit 100 levels again. We're almost up to level 600 now. So it's been a long time since we were here. When did we hit level 400? The VOD is called level 400 reset. We were up on top of that thing killing ghouls. And I remember we looted them and looted them and looted them and looted them and looted them, and it was like, the loot is endless. We finally gave up. There was just too much loot. We was going to be here for days, weeks, getting it all. Where'd our horse go? I just got off the horse. It was just right here. I can see that horse down there. That's not our horse. I see a light we missed light. There should be wraith loot down there.
said this stone was to reunite a pair of lovers.
I did not see our horse walk by us to go that way, so it must have come this way, right? Yes, I am remembering right. There's a lot of race loot over there. Which one of you said that?
Siri,
Okay, now we're clicking on Siri.
can you hear me?
That's not what we wanted to do. Have we not clicked on Siri all day?
I want a hug.
It is the first time we've clicked on Siri, isn't it? We've gone a long time without hitting Siri.
Come, we must go.
All right. We'll talk later.
Also, how long have we been gone? 2 hours and 18 minutes. Alright.
Long live
They need a wider range of dialogue options. They say the same things over and over and over again. Can we get the dialogue out of Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 and add it to Witcher 3?
Trust no one, and above all, beware the witches of Crook.
We could give the background characters so much additional dialogue. If we did that, how would we do that? It's gotta be possible. I'll have to look into that. That is a question that I was questioning a while back too, because I'm still working on the Kalkstein mod. I just haven't worked on it as much. Eventually, we'll have Kalkstein in the game. And we will probably end up doing a Kalkstein playthrough, playing as Kalkstein once we have that happen. And I was questioning, can we not only bring, because I know you can get texture files, you can move the mesh files and 3D models from one game to another. It's not exactly easy to do, but it is doable. I was wondering, can we move the audio files? We must be able to. It seems like we could. I just haven't tried it, so I don't know. The problem is that the files, the game uses completely different code. All 3 games use completely different code style. Witcher 1 uses Lua. Witcher 3 uses almost kind of sort of C++. They wrote their own code for Witcher 3. So it's kind of C++, but not C++. It's weird to translate. Basically, the game developers decided, hey, let's create our own language that is completely unique to our game, and nobody is going to know how to read it and have any clue what we did. And you can see that it's based on C++, so if you know C++, you can figure out and edit stuff. But if you're not somebody that's good at learning new languages, like just trying to learn English or German or French, or you're going to have trouble because it's not C++. It's just C++. It's been changed. It's weird. If you've never opened up Witcher 3 and looked at the code, you have no clue how messed up the code is in this game. It's a wonder that the game loads at all. There are so many errors and mistakes and things that they just... There's these massive code files and they just went, we'll take that out and stick this in and I'll take that out and stick this in. And they didn't actually take them out. So all the errors are still there. When you release a game, you should clean up the code before you release it. They made no attempt to clean up the code. None at all. It is... And there's these weird arguments in it. It's like reading a soap opera. Like Days of Our Lives. Where the game developer, / note from Frank, bitch about all these mistakes you put here. Fix it. And underneath that, / note from Jack, bitch. I'm not taking these out. There's arguments between the game developers in the code of this game. It is so stupid. You're like, wow, how does this game even load? With all the stuff that is in the code, how did this game load at all? And then people are like, Cyberpunk. Bugs, it doesn't work. Yeah. Open the code up of a CD Projekt Red game and you will see why their games are so buggy. It's obvious that these people don't know code, and they make it up as they go along. That's not good for professional game companies to do that. Witcher 1 is probably the worst game you could ever try to make mods for. That's why there's so few mods for it. It is so hard. They used Lua, which it's an easy code. It's a simple code. It's one of the easiest codes you could learn. So you should be able to open up Witcher 1 and just make mods for it. No, they had to be big brain and prove, hey, we have high IQs. Let's take Lua and retranslate it and pretend we're Klingons and write in a language that nobody can read. And then do it all in Polish.
I'll wait for you here.
First step to learning how to edit the code in Witcher 1. Learn Polish. It's not written in English. Second step. Figure out what the hell they did to Lua. A simple code. How did they make it complicated? It's not a complicated code and they made it complicated. What did they call it? They named it, they had a name for it. It's Jin. DJINN, right? It's the Jing code. The Jing code exists only in Witcher 1. No other game uses that game code. And the code that's in Witcher 3, they named it Red Code. Witcher 3 is written in Red Code, a code that exists only in Witcher 3. They make their own codes for the games. That's why you will hear what people, if you go on the Nexus forums, and you will see mod makers, people will ask mod makers, they'll be like, so I got an idea for a mod. I want this done and that done and this done, and so I noticed you made this mod. Can you make this mod over here the way I envision it? Because you made this mod and it must be similar. And then the mod maker will answer back. In a rage, you will see these huge long rages from mod makers that are like, you have no idea what the Witcher 3 code looks like. There is no way possible. I'm going to spend the time to learn this section of code just to make this mod for you, and I'm never going to use it. And people who use the mods are like, but how hard is it to make mods? I mean, everybody makes mods for Skyrim. This isn't Skyrim. They made their own code for this game. You not only have to learn C++, you then have to try to figure out what is this weird red code. It's called red code. They put a name for it. It's not easy to translate. And they didn't need to do it. There was no reason for it. They could have written the game in C++. I mean, at its base, it's C++. With weird stuff inside of it. I suppose we should go look for our horse. I was hoping our horse was going to be down there in the bushes beside that other horse that is now not there. Where'd that other horse go? Is there a place up there that the horse goes? Where would it have gone? You can see how incredibly childish the game developers are of CD Projekt Red when you read the arguments in the code. There's this massive soap opera going on between the game developers fighting in the code. It appears apparently they were emailing the code back and forth to each other. Like maybe they didn't even live in the same country as each other, and so one would start the code and send it to the other, and then they'd type these notes into it, and then the other one would get it and type notes back, and so you have all it's like entire email messages back and forth in the code. And half the time the bugs in the game are caused by those because they didn't comment them all out. There's so many bugs in the vanilla game that are fixed simply by removing the arguments between the game developers in the code. That's another thing. When Cyberpunk first came out there a few weeks ago, everybody's pointing out, but they've made big AAA games before. Look at Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is an indie self-published game. Witcher 3 is not a AAA game. How have people forgotten that? This game was literally made by 10 teenagers in their mother's basement. How did people forget that? CD Projekt Red became a company because this game sold so many copies. Cyberpunk is their first AAA game. And you can see how unprofessional they are in the fact that they couldn't release a AAA game.
Not this time.
There's our horse. There's a big pile of bags of grain over there, right? Alright, so we'll lead our way back to our horse. That's why everybody was so shocked by this game when it was released. Nobody had ever seen anything like this before. And nobody expected something like this to be self-published. That's why there was so much hype. And people think of it as a AAA game because they're like, oh, well, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. It wasn't originally. Those things happened later. It got picked up for those things later, after people saw, oh my god, look how many sales this thing is getting. Then Xbox and PlayStation were like, we want this.
Do you wish to show me how Eredin murdered our king?
It didn't release out the gate on those. I know, you can see how fast people forget things. Just watching people's reactions to Cyberpunk and how badly Cyberpunk failed. And everybody keeps pointing back to Witcher 3 and they're but Witcher 3, but Witcher 3, but Witcher 3. Yeah, well, Witcher 3 wasn't as great as you think it was. It was practically unplayable for the first 2 years. The bugs were so bad. And there's been 132 patches, and they still haven't fixed all the bugs. The Nitpickers mod fixes 700 of the game's bugs that the game developers didn't fix. The Bezerwaza mod fixes an additional 800 that the game developers didn't fix. That's almost 2,000 bugs that the game developers did not fix in 132 patches. That's a lot of bugs. And yet the battle cry of cyberpunk right now is, but look at Witcher 3. How could they release a game with bugs? Witcher 3 didn't have any bugs. Really? Witcher 3 has more bugs than Fallout 76 and Skyrim combined. It's known for that. I don't know. There are a lot of these people who are like, well, I played the game. It didn't have any bugs. You forgot that. You played it a long time ago. Did we take a wrong turn? Oh, we're being attacked. This is the Ghoul Wild Dog area. Okay. Wild dogs should be attacking alongside the ghouls. We don't get attacked by wild dogs anymore. You're not all the way over there. Is there 2 of them? It's 3 of them, right? We're just gonna have so much ghoul. There were 4 of them. Don't spawn in even numbers, so that means there should be a 5th one somewhere that either we didn't kill or we killed and just didn't see that we killed. Not seeing a 5th one anywhere. There it is.
Damn it!
So that's either the last one, or there are 2 more. Or 4 more. They come in 5s, 7s, and 9s when they spawn in. I think we got quite a distance from our horse. Yes, we did. There's our horse. Because we walked quite a ways trying to get close enough to hit it. It was right beside us when we got off the horse and it turned around and
For
ran.
example, one such passage will open soon near where we are, fortuitously enough, between this noble edifice and the butcher's yard.
And I think, don't 3 different packs of ghouls spawn here? There should be like another pack over there and then another pack over there. Yes, there are. I see more coming at us. Where'd you go? I saw you. don't see it now. Oh, that one was an odd one.
Why not?
And there should be another pack of ghouls that way. Which we should be able to get our horse and go that way before running into them, I think. And this is a field of dead soldiers up ahead of us. I think the other pack's like on the other side of that.
Anyone home?
We're near Lurch, right? We're at the Marauders Bridge. Okay. I know where we are. Lurch is right, there's a river right there. Lurch is right across the river from us. I hear another ghoul. I heard it from that direction. We're near that thing that has a huge ghoul nest, right? There's a whole clump of ghoul nests, right? All in one area. It's like a giant abandoned catapult. Is that's that big catapult we could see from the bridge, right? And that's it right ahead of us. We can see it from here. I can see it right there. I can hear another go. You heard it because you're running that way. Standing there shaking your sword at something doesn't really do much, so why did he do it? What? The taunt animation, that's what that's called. Oh, is there two of them?
If they despise me so, they should
This
leave
is
me be.
just one. Yeah, there's the Marauders Bridge. I can see it. I can barely see it, but I can see it through the distance there. There's our horse. Thing, isn't there loot in this building? Is there loot in this building? It's that one there, right? We'll look at this one over here. think this one has loot in it, but we might have already looted it. One of these has a box, like a treasure chest. Yes, there it is. So we probably already got it. Yeah, I think we already got it. Alright, where's our horse? There's our horse.
Avallac'h va ready.
I was wondering, do we want to go over there? I think, ain't there a merchant over there? And that's the merchant we saw on the map, where I saw a thing. He wasn't on the map. I saw a thing and I said, I think there's a merchant there. He's over just past the big catapult thing where the ghouls hang out. Which I think is this thing. Right behind that. Okay. We were just there. Did we just come by this and I didn't notice it? Because we did just go through that little fort there. There's that one with a whole bunch of them stacked on top of you. It's got 5 of them, I think, right? Yeah, it's 5 of them. Oh, I remember that. There aren't many of those in the game where it does that.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I think when we get to 3 hours, which is very close, I will stop and go check, see where the fish tank is at in heating up. It's probably going to be all day before that is actually the temperature it should be. Just because it takes such a long time to heat up a fish tank. Can't light that one? Why not? I like lighting campfires. They won't let us light that campfire. It's also, these are sparkling, but it won't let us loot them. Oh, there's bees to kill us. Wait a minute. Does that work on them?
Get out, please.
Does that work? No,
Siri.
not Siri.
Zidane.
We're trying to burn a beehive.
Where are my clothes? Calm.
That line doesn't match when her clothes don't disappear.
Look.
That's funny. We were having trouble where her clothes kept disappearing. That's why I put that line there. But I finally fixed it, and so it doesn't
Come.
match
All
anymore.
right. We'll talk later.
Okay. Turn around. Do that. No. So it has to be fire. Yep. Has to be the fire one. Even if it's Igni, it has to be the fire version of Igni. Can't be the altered version of Igni. And I'm gonna guess we already got these because nothing's coming out.
Siri. Zidane. Can you hear me?
Yes, here's the ghoul nests. We didn't destroy him, right? No, we didn't destroy him. That's good. I haven't been destroying... Why can't you jump? He's having trouble jumping. I guess it's not acknowledging that it's tall enough to jump over it. Why? 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 Is it because you're tired? You're tired, aren't you? Have we gotten ourselves stuck because he's too tired to walk over these things? There we go. Alright, he needs to go meditate somewhere. That campsite is a place we meditate at. Here's another one. Aren't there 3 of them here?
At times, one must use reason rather than blades.
Where is that campsite? He's in need of meditate. His response to stuff is... I don't think you would notice it as a viewer because you're not... It doesn't have much of an actual change in animation or anything. It's just I'm trying to do things and he's not doing them. He's just standing there looking around because he's too tired and he's not responding. So, he needs to meditate, which would be a good place to stop. We're almost at 3 hours. We'll stop here then.
Is it true that women rain lots of
I see loot here that we missed from last time we were here. Can we light these? No? Why? I want to light these. Too short to reach them.
Have your oracle summon dreams.
Hey, there's a little room here. Let's get to this little room here. There's no more lights.
Training I did with Avallac'h was very helpful.
And we can't reach these two. If we tried to light them with Igni, you guys would probably get mad at us, right? Oh. Okay. If we try to light it with Igni, we blow up the guards. They didn't get a chance to get mad at us. But it didn't light the light. I was trying to light that light. Oh, that's laughable considering Igni almost barely, kind of, sort of had enough power to maybe light a match in the novels. It was not something you could use in battle. Try again. I want to light this light. It won't let me light this light because it's trying to auto-aim at the nearest enemy instead of doing fire stream to light the light. I'm surprised these guys aren't reacting. Oh, we lit that light. Oh, we lit one of them. No. We lit it! It finally lit it. Okay. We killed half the soldiers doing it. You should. Geralt can walk up to those, and it'll have a little thing that says ignite and extinguish. But you have to be tall enough, and Avallac'h is shorter than Geralt in the game, and he can't reach it. It won't trigger because he's too short. Which is stupid because in the novels, Geralt was only 5'10", whereas Avallac'h was 11'9". Avallac'h in the novels was taller than this. He wouldn't have been able to walk under that thing. I made him tiny in the game. That's actually in the game developer notes too. In the concept art. The concept art for him. There's notes that the artist scrawled in the side, and you turned it around and read what it says. It says, it has a quote from the novels, and then under it says, I envision him as being very small. And it points out that this is what the novel says, but I envisioned him as being very small. So they knew when they designed him he should have been taller. There's a note about it right in the concept art, scrawled on the edge of the paper. Kill everybody in this camp? We're looting bodies underneath the new ones that came back to replace them. Alright, I think we got all the loot. If we missed any, we can get when we come back on. Why is there a ladder sticking out sideways like that?
It's completely still.
We found another light. There we go. Is there more loot? There's more loot down there. We missed some. But that ladder looks like it's supposed to be here, like we're supposed to be able to climb up, and it's bugged out and sideways. Alright. This is our cubby where we stop and save at. So we're gonna stop and save here while the flag glitches around us. And you can see the tessellation here. Look at that. Alright. Oh, we're almost exactly 3 hours. 3 hours and 1 minute and 37 seconds. Just went over 3 hours. Alright. I may come back on in a few hours. I don't know. I gotta go check the fish tank. The whole thing's wrapped up except for a little space in the front I can see in from where I'm sitting. But the whole rest of it is wrapped up until we get the temperature up in it. last time I checked it was just before I started. It was up to 67 degrees. We need to get it up to 82. It's slowly going up. But it could take all day. It could take several hours. We have to watch the fish and make sure they're okay with the slow climb of the water. They don't like the cold water. They've been protesting that the water is too cold, and I know it's too cold. That's why we're trying to get it up. So, I may come back on after I get done checking. I gotta test the water too, because we have to test all the ammonia and nitrates and pH and nitrites, the KH. Everything has to be tested because all the filter and everything, the gravel, the plants, everything from the old tank has been moved into this tank. But this tank is twice as big, which means the bacteria load is not going to be big enough for this tank yet. So we're also going to have to go through a semi-new tank cycle, which shouldn't... A new tank cycle can take up to 3 months. But because we just unhooked everything from the old tank, disassembled the old tank, brought the new tank in, set up the new tank, get everything assembled, and then put everything from the old tank in it, we still have all the bacteria from the old tank. So it should cycle immediately and only be a week. But while this is happening, I have to do water tests constantly, because the ammonia and nitrites can kill the fish really fast if that changes. Also, the catfish are very sensitive to any type of water change, so they would let me know immediately. You can tell by how they act. Yeah. They're just doing their normal things. I gotta go do that.